Another Hollywood power couple bit the dust in 2024, and this time, it's fashion royalty. Rachel Zoe and Rodger Berman, the glam duo we first fell in love with on the Rachel Zoe Project, decided to call it quits. After decades of marriage, endless red carpet prep, and raising two children together, it looks like the Zoe Berman empire is facing a major reset. And with Rachel's name suddenly swirling in Real Housewives of Beverly Hills casting lineup, the timing couldn't be more suspiciously bravo. Let's break it all down and what fans should brace for now that Rachel snagged a diamond. Rachel Zoe and Rodger Berman are going through a divorce. According to Briefing on Bravo, the divorce did not come out of the blue. Insiders claimed that the marriage has been strained for a while, and the breakup may be more slow fizzle than explosive final. According to one insider, this divorce was a long time coming. There is no scandal or smoking gun, it's more death by 1,000 cuts. The insider added, their main issues were mixing their personal and professional lives too much. Rodger is the president of her company, so they had to have hard conversations about their marriage and about the business that weighed on their relationship. Fans of the Rachel Zoe Project will remember Rodger as the yin to Rachel's couture-obsessed yang. He was the grounded businessman, the patient partner, and the occasional voice of reason when Rachel was melting down over a missing channel belt. Their relationship wasn't perfect, and they never pretended it was, but it worked. Or at least it used to. The duo seemed to drift. The source added, Rachel spent the summer in the Hamptons and Rodger was rarely there, and they realized that they are better apart than together. Also, the kids are older now, so they felt more comfortable separating because of that. Rachel Zoe might need the RHAB paycheck amid divorce. Let's be blunt, divorce isn't cheap, especially when there are luxury homes, fashion archives, and a lifestyle brand involved. And while Rachel is still very much a force in the style space, she hasn't had a briefing on Bravo moment since her Bravo days ended over a decade ago. A return to reality TV could be exactly what she needs financially and professionally. A source told Briefing on Bravo, the money has been tighter for them for a while. It's complicated because, essentially, their entire lives are intertwined. He runs all her businesses, so there is no separation of work and home life. And there is no separation of his work and hers. Enter Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. With Lisa Rinna gone, and the group desperately needing someone who understands glam and drama, Rachel is the perfect fit. And now, with a high-profile divorce looming, the timing is suspiciously convenient. Think about it, Bravo loves a comeback story. A woman torn between rebuilding her empire and navigating emotional chaos? That's a diamond holder in the making for sure. The source also added, they built this together, which is a big reason she joined RHOBH. She wanted to venture out and do something that didn't involve him. This will be her first big job post-divorce that does not involve him, it will be hers. What should RHOBH fans expect from Rachel Zoe? With the news of Rachel joining the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, fans should buckle up. She may not be a table flipper or hair puller, but she brings a different kind of drama, the kind that comes with vintage dyer, passive-aggressive shade, and a very pointed, bombastic side-eye. If you've watched her first show, you already know that Rachel has a low tolerance for nonsense and a Rolodex of celebrity clients who might just pop in for a cameo. Imagine Rachel walking into a cast trip with trunks of couture while everyone else is arguing about who booked the wrong villa. Iconic. The current cast needs someone who isn't afraid to keep it real, but also knows how to keep it chic. Personally, I think she and Jennifer Tilly will be the best of friends. Rachel has that dry humor, that know it when you see it taste level, and that cool girl aloofness that could shake up the usual show's dynamics. Rachel has also been a leading lady, so it will be interesting to see her navigate the group dynamic too. Welcome to the 90,210, Rach. We can't wait to see what you're made of. Rachel Zoe and Rodger Berman separation. Once upon a red carpet. Long before Rachel Zoe was a household name, before she styled Nicole Richie into a boho chick icon, or sent Jennifer Lawrence down the Oscars carpet in flawless Dior, she was simply a fashion-obsessed intern in New York with big dreams, oversized sunglasses, and a closet full of vintage Halston. And by her side, nearly from the start, was Rodger Berman. Rodger wasn't just her husband, he was her partner in every sense of the word. The grounded yang to her couture-fueled yin. A man with the patience of a saint and the wardrobe of a Hollywood agent, he championed Rachel's vision, even when she couldn't see it clearly herself. They met in the early 90s, back when grunge ruled the runways, and the idea of influencers was still decades away. Rachel was waitressing in New York City, balancing plates and unpaid internships, and Rodger was a finance guy with an entrepreneurial streak. They clicked instantly. She was sparkle and drama, he was logic and loyalty. By the time they tied the knot in 1996, the Rachel Zoe brand was still an unborn idea, but that would change fast. Bravo fame and couture chaos. I die. The phrase became Rachel's signature line during her run on the Rachel Zoe Project, a Bravo show that debuted in 2008 and quickly became a cult classic for fashion lovers. It was part documentary, part emotional roller coaster, and all designer everything. From dressing Anne Hathaway to dealing with panicked stylists in her home office, the series chronicled Rachel's rise and the inner workings of her glamorous, chaotic life. Rodger, of course, was ever present. The reliable businessman trying to corral a team of interns and PR flacks while reminding his wife to eat and sleep. Fans adored their dynamic. Rachel the dreamer, Rodger the doer. She saw visions in chiffon, he saw profit margins. But behind the scenes, the sparkle wasn't always so shiny. As one former employee who worked on the show put it, they were amazing together, but you could tell the tension was real. They were building an empire and raising a family, and sometimes that came at a cost. By the time the show ended in 2013, the Zoe Berman brand had become synonymous with luxury. But so had the cracks in the foundation. The slow fade. To the public, Rachel and Rodger seemed indestructible. They had two beautiful sons, Skylar and Caius, homes in Beverly Hills and the Hamptons, and a growing lifestyle brand. But insiders began whispering as early as 2020 that the couple had drifted. They were more like business partners than husband and wife, said one friend of the couple. When your whole life becomes about building something together, it's easy to lose sight of the relationship underneath. The pandemic didn't help. Like many couples, they were forced to confront long-ignored issues as the world stood still. Rachel, known for living at 100 miles per hour, suddenly had to slow down. Rodger, whose role as the president of her company was always integral but rarely spotlighted, became more involved in the day-to-day. Their lives, once glamorously entangled, began to unravel. Rodger started spending more time in Los Angeles, while Rachel increasingly stayed in the Hamptons during the summers. The bicoastal life, once a dream, became a dividing line. Sources close to the family say they had quietly tried couples therapy. They weren't fighters, but rather two people who had grown in different directions. The romance faded. The mutual respect remained, but so did the exhaustion. By the start of 2024, Rachel made the decision that would change everything. She wanted out. Diamonds and divorce papers. It wasn't a dramatic blow-up. No cheating scandal or salacious headlines. As one confidant put it was death by 1,000 cuts. Rodger moved out of their primary residence in Beverly Hills in April. The official divorce filing came quietly in May, and though they released a joint statement pledging mutual love and respect, the shockwaves rippled through both the fashion world and reality TV circles. Because Rachel Zoe wasn't just getting divorced. She was getting a diamond. Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. A new chapter begins. When briefing on Bravo leaked that Rachel Zoe was in talks to join the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, the internet exploded. For years, she had turned down reality TV offers, claiming she'd left that chapter behind. But now, the timing couldn't be more perfect or more suspicious. Sources say Bravo had been eyeing Rachel for seasons, especially after Lisa Rinna's departure left a glam-shaped hole in the cast. Rachel's entry into the show was announced just weeks after her divorce became public, adding to the speculation that this was no coincidence. She's not doing this for drama, a friend of Rachel's told Page Six. She's doing this to reclaim her narrative. She built an empire with Rodger, but this is her time to step out on her own. Rachel's RHOBH tagline, "I don't dress for drama, but I never run from it." Iconic. Fashion, finances, and freedom. Behind the scenes, the divorce isn't just emotional, it's deeply financial. The Berman Zoe empire includes multiple businesses, including Rachel Zoe Incorporated, the subscription box Curator, various licensing deals, fashion archives, and real estate. Untangling the financials will be messy, especially since Rodger was the architect of much of their back-end structure.